Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. Okay, so I'm going to model the first page, which is on the commutative property, and the second page is just review. All right, explain why the commutative property works for some operations but not others. Remember, the commutative property is the rule that says you're allowed to swap the order of a problem and you'll still get the same answer. It doesn't work for all the operations. So since it says use examples to explain your answer, I would pick two numbers, something easy like 2 and 3, and say, well, 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2. Is that true or is that false? What do you think, Mouse? Mouse doesn't know. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is an example of why addition works. You can use the commutative property on addition. So I want you to prove to me you can use 2 and 3 for times, divided by, and minus. Prove to me which ones work and which ones don't. Same idea down here. You're literally just telling me, like, could you write the opposite order? Could I write 1 divided by 5 and these would both be the same answer? Give me a check if it's yes, or just leave it blank if it's no. Like 5 divided by 1 equals 5. 1 divided by 5 equals 1/5. Those are not the same answers, so you shouldn't be putting a check there. And finally, how can you remember the difference? This, I'm not looking for a specific answer. It can be an answer that's individual to you. I gave a lot of hints of like keywords or other vocab words that might help you remember. Like if you know the definition for commute, which means that you're like going one way to work from home to school and then from school to home, same answer, same distance, different directions, different order. That could help you remember commutative property. Some of you know that associate means like to hang out with. You can make a relationship between that and your parentheses that are in your associative property. Just anything that you can think of that will help you remember when you see a long list of properties, like, oh yeah, this is what helps me remember that this is the definition. On the back, we're simplifying. Find me the simplest form for each of these fractions. Please read the directions for number 2. I don't just want the answer. I want you to prove it using integer chips. They can look like pluses and minuses. If you write me a key, you can have like blank circles that are positive and shaded in circles are negative. You can be lazy like me and just do pluses and minuses because who wants to spend their time circling things? But you need to model it to show me your answer. And finally, please remember that it's a no-no to have decimals in your divisor, decimals outside your division house. So before you start doing long division, you're going to want to change those so that they are whole numbers.